Dear Gordon Campbell, I think that you should raise the minimum wage because there's too many poor people in this town.
You should raise minimum wage because a lot of people can't afford to live off $8 an hour.
I need more money.
$8 is really nothing.
I'm getting paid $8.50, so that would help me out a lot.
Please raise the minimum wage because there's so many of us that need that extra $2.
Raise the minimum wage, man.
A campaign right now to raise the minimum wage to $10. How would you feel about that?
That would be awesome.
Should be more. But, you know, it's a good start.
I think that's a good idea.
That would be amazing. I love it.
I'm absolutely for it. Great.
It'd be a very good thing.
I would be strongly in favor of it.
I think that would be reasonable.
I think it would be a really great idea personally.
A lot of the prices are raising, right? For gas and for even just groceries and stuff.
I think $8 an hour just isn't enough.
So it would be a good idea, especially with the rents.
It's impossible to raise to support your family if you're earning $8 an hour. I mean, you might as well be on welfare because it's the same amount and at least you can spend time with your family in that way.
Employers are searching for employees, right? It's more work but not people, right? If they will give good money, maybe some of the those who are looking for a job, they might be much interested in taking it, right?
Yeah, they should raise it because they raised everything else.
I think that's brilliant. I like the idea.
It definitely affects your quality of life. You don't have as many options.
You live from paycheck to paycheck. Sometimes you barely make it through the week.
I mean, by the time, you pay everything out, you don't have too much left over.
Have to pay some bills off this paycheck and leave some for the next paycheck. Like a catch-up game, always trying to catch up to meet the gap.
Well, you rely on the food bank and you rely on other resources, basically being pretty poor, especially with kids. If you've got kids and trying to support a kid with a minimum wage job.
We're going to daycare.
I enjoy the work I do, but it's an extremely stressful industry. Just because we are so short-staffed, nobody can afford to work at this wage. And sometimes we don't even get our breaks. We'll have to work an 8-hour shift and not even have a single break.
Typical day, I'd get up at about 6:30. Typically work 7 to 4 at the one job, and I'd start the other job at 4:30. So what I'd have to do is I'd end my shift, take my clothes with me, hop in the car, blast down the highway to the other job, get there, quickly change, and then from there I'm 4:30 to about 11:30. Get off work there, bomb home so I can spend a little time with Heather and Corbin. And usually we'll try and watch a movie, but then I end up falling asleep about 15 minutes into it. Crawl into bed and do it all over again the next day.
There's no conversation because he gets home and he falls asleep.
Living at minimum wage is very difficult, and I would just like Gordon Campbell to seriously look at raising minimum wage to minimum $10 an hour.
Look at how much the cost of living has gone up the last few years. $10, even at that working full time, it's a struggle, but it's definitely better than $8 an hour.
I challenge you, Gordon Campbell, to come and do my job for 1 month and work as hard as I do.
Premier Gordon Campbell, I want you to raise minimum wage up to $10 now.
The cost of living is so high now that minimum wage needs to be raised if you actually expect people to be able to live in your province.
Premier Gordon, I love you, we love you, and if you could please listen to the poor cry and the cry of the people.
Raise the minimum wage, lower the tuitions, and don't cut back so much, please.
Please give us more money. We need more money.
I need at least $10 to $12 an hour.
I think you should concentrate on your minimum wages to increase it, and it's gonna benefit for us, and I think that's good for our culture in British Columbia, especially for the teenagers.
I think that people will be treating their job a little bit better than they do right now. They will be working harder.
Please raise the minimum wage to $10 an hour so I can have more time with my wife and my new son.
Raise the minimum wage to $10 so that people can actually have time to spend with their families.
I say raise it. Raise it, everyone will be happier. So just do it.